So what's your biggest gripe about your car?
The annual Car Complaint Index reveals a lot about how auto giants' financial mess these days is trickling down to you, the consumer. Here to talk about it is consumer reporter Michelle Buckman. Michelle?
Good morning, Steve. Yeah, we all like to complain, right? And sometimes it can actually do some good. Now, every year, thousands of drivers file complaints about their cars with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Now those complaints are public and cars are ranked best to worst. If you want to see where your car ranks, you can check it out on myfoxphilly.com. Just search the word car complaints. But what's more interesting to me is not who's on the list, but why they're on the list, because this affects all of us no matter what we drive. And here to explain is consumer advocate and attorney Craig Kimmel. Craig, as you've been analyzing this list, you've seen a lot of complaints that are different from years past, and the reason that these cars are maybe on the list this year is because of the economy, because of what the auto giants are going through. What are we talking about here?
Well, really, we're talking about diagnostic issues and monetary issues. You know, if your car can be fixed by a dealership, the assumption is under warranty they're going to fix it, right? But what we're finding is that the manufacturers have pulled back so many resources for dealerships to use to fix cars, such as how they're being reimbursed, whether they're going to be reimbursed the second and third time the car is back for repairs, whether or not it's in the dealer and the mechanic's incentive, because they only get paid for problems they find, to mark off that they can't find the problem or they can't duplicate the condition and send the customer back out the door.
So, and you're actually seeing maybe some manufacturers telling the dealers, look, you can't spend too much time on this car, you got to move it out.
Oh, absolutely. You know, a few years ago, one manufacturer came out and advertised that they had these great reductions in warranty claims per vehicle, but the problem was that they didn't reveal that they also cut back on their policies for reimbursement. So, of course, the dollars went down because the desirability of the manufacturer to pay money went down as well.
So maybe in years past with this index list and these complaints, it was about the performance of the car, but now it's really about the repairs and the warranty.
Really. And in addition to that, a lot of dealerships are closing shop. Consumers are calling us and saying, where do I get my repair records? I've been back 4 and 5 times. The manufacturer doesn't have a history on my vehicle, and the dealership's now closed. So what do I do? And a lot of people are complaining about that.
Right. And I mean, you can drive by every day and pass dealerships that are closed. One that I did a story out a couple months ago in Pottstown, now it's shut their doors. You've got some tips for consumers on what you need to do if your dealership closes. Let's start with keeping all your paperwork.
Absolutely. You know, people don't understand that vehicles have different types of paperwork. Paperwork that the dealership generates is kept primarily at the dealership, although there's a warranty copy of that information that's sent to the manufacturer. It's not always complete, and it's not always as detailed as it is at the dealership. So keep a copy of what you're given and make sure that it accurately represents what you've complained of.
And number 2, you say make sure you understand the warranty.
Yes, and this is probably one that everybody should do, whether you have a problem with your car or not. Warranties are written in very inclusive terms, which means that they entitle you to certain repairs. The dealer and the manufacturer often try to change the meaning of those warranty terms after you get the car in the shop if they can't fix your vehicle. So understand them and enforce them exactly the way that they're written.
And when you go in for a repair, be specific.
Yes. Make sure that the person writing down your complaint, who may be busy at the desk or may be very overworked today if there's fewer staff available, make sure they understand exactly what you're complaining of, read it first, or better yet, give them a sheet of paper that explains in your words the problem you're having, and make sure that the invoice accurately reflects that complaint.
Craig Kimmel, great advice. Thank you so much. Again, we've got that list, the consumer complaints about cars, on our website. There's a link to your website. You can see the entire list, see if your car's on it, and why.